What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin turn YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit 13 man, turn. Change the motherfucking day. Straight hitting outside, big crip in the gang. Straight hitting outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, do your thing in Texas. Stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position of alone. Let's stay humble. It's a revolution on the movement. Keep y'all right first. Put this black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright, boom. Today, it's a motherfucking day. Straight hitting outside, big crip in the gang. Straight hitting outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, do your thing in Texas. Stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position to belong. Let's stay humble. If you're on the revolution, on the movement, keep your way first. Come to the black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Today, it's a motherfucking day. Straight hitting outside. Big crip in the gang. Straight hitting outside shit, man. Gang. Go. Turn. Alright, gang. Back on that fug shit. Bruh. This whole situation that's been going down, bruh. You know what I'm saying? The feds, they have basically infiltrated the whole scenery of what's going on. Which they been doing this. This ain't new. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just to a more point of the internet. And people able to put whatever they want on the internet at any time. They can blow up at any second, especially if you got the right plug. It's a lot. But like I said, man, we are strong Hebrew Israelites. Stay smart, you know what I'm saying, and continue. You know what I'm saying, to press. But we got Youngthugg situation. Now, in this video, man, it really breaks down how this whole altercation that's been bubbling up over the years has exploded. You know what I'm saying? And this is basically about how Youngthugg, the snitching thing, throwing people under the bus, and the phone calls, and how the celebrities feel about what's going on. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into this bitch. Hey man, shout out to Lou Afta. The Youngthugg situation get worse. Bruh. These allegations, man, is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White, that's a snitch. Woody, that's a snitch. Gunna, that's a snitch. Hey man, say man, this shit getting wild.
Snitching allegations can sink a career in one fell swoop. As much as doing a long sentence behind bars can be damaging as well. Sitting down and doing your time will at least mean that there's an audience left to come back to when you're out on the streets again. And as the notorious YSL Rico case played out over the past couple of years, everyone from Gunna to Woody, Unfunk and Lil Duke were put under the microscope for their differing levels of cooperation with the cops. And to some, certain individuals had gone past the point of no return, leading the culture to renounce them.
Yeah, the film in court came out, and, of course his lawyer wrote that. He didn't write that. His lawyer probably wrote that. But now in these days when you got the camera, it just looks like, they're going to say you pushing please. Because, in this business, if you turn into a rat, it's kind of like career's over. Me, I would have sat a little longer than coming out to what the internet do. Because that's just my opinion.
But even with the scrutiny being applied to those under his command, the belief was that Youngthugg was as solid as they come.
Stay gangster. I always tell a nigga. That's all I'm saying. I tell my whole hood, the police can't give you no time. Stay gangster. So don't tell them that. When they lock you up and they want to question you or anything, just at least buck on them. Like, make them feel like you ain't gonna tell. Like, wait till your first time going to court or something, bro. Like, don't tell. Like, you told it the precinct. What the hell thought the police was finna do? They still gotta take you in. They already wrote the ticket.
After all, no one had been given any reason to think otherwise.
Yeah, they telling the
court
fucking
case only
police
helped
car.
to build the mythology around him as
So they get
King
caught
Slime
these
of
days.
ATL.
That you see the shadow in the back of the room. He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's King Slime. And we know that to be their MO. He gets a burner, he gets in there, he runs his gang from inside, and he won't get that, and no one's going to throw his cell.
But in a shocking twist, it now looks like the man who was damn near rallying against the snakes in his camp might have been among them after all. And with his music career pretty much at a standstill, things aren't looking great for the Spider. And the Youngthugg situation seems to only get worse day by day. To understand how things got to this unfortunate point, let's go back to when Thug first emerged from prison in late 2024. At first, he did so with plenty of goodwill to his name, due to his apparent refusal to flip when others around him were rumored to be telling. Thug looked like the epitome of a man who really held it down. And to say that his fans, friends, and his girl Mariah the scientist were thrilled that he was coming home would be an understatement.
I would never see him again. There was people who was laughing at me and laughing at the situation, making fun of us. All you motherfuckers who doubted me and doubted this shit and said this was never coming back. All y'all.
I knew he had a chance. I knew he had a chance, though.
What you gonna say now?
As you may know, he was charged under the racketeer influence and
Yeah, I knew he had a
Organizations
chance.
Act, otherwise known as RICO. Thug and 27 others, many of whom would take pleas, were hit with everything from murder, robbery, and theft to carjackings, assaults, and more.
All you
But
need is a
despite the
good
fact that
lawyer.
Thug almost
Ain't
faced
had to-
25
gotta
years
have money,
behind
huh?
bars from the state,
Nigga, you
his
up.
lawyer Brian Steele revealed that he
It's
refused
yours
to
versus
cooperate in
yours.
the way that they had wanted. By
And
not
nine times
labeling
10 they
himself a
finna
gang
spend all they
leader
goddamn shit,
or
'cause
claiming his
feel me, the
music
city gonna
incited
be fucked.
violence.
But the state offered him 15 years on probation. But they keep piling on these conditions. He just said, he made up his mind. He said, I'm just going to go with it. I got to get home. Judge may not let me home, but I'm not doing these conditions and admit that I'm the leader and I'm involved in the killing, and my music just promoted everybody to do it. He's not going to do that. So he did not do that.
Thug himself then spoke as proceedings drew to a close, issuing a heartfelt apology to everyone involved.
Anything that you want to say?
Yes, ma'am. I take full responsibility for, my crimes or my charges. I want to say sorry to my family, my mom. My mom got 11 kids. I can't say all their names, My managers, my kids is not here.
Set to re-enter the game as a returning king, it seemed like a lot of people were not certain about the chances of Thugger securing his freedom. In fact, many people expected that he wouldn't be able to evade violating the strict conditions of his bail.
Here's my personal opinion on everything with the Thug thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think Thug got a tremendous deal. Like, we could have never expected something like this to happen.
Good ass deal.
However, it's kind of a trick, right? By the way, we already seen one person on the YSL case who took a plea. They already got caught up.
15,
Back to
how long
prison. So
it is?
the possibility of you taking 15
Yeah.
with all these stipulations is kind of to set you up.
That's
but it's probably
insanely work, nigga.
nothing that is gonna ever equate freedom. So Youngthugg right now being free, that's the biggest thing. I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you got no stipulations.
Because make no mistake, they really hadn't stacked the odds in his favor.
He beat the case, because they could have gave nigga 30, bitch, 40.
And prosecutors was kind of like, but they're rookies, bro. And this is what I'm gonna say. I am glad he took it. Hey, the Youngthugg thing is a
He
win.
most definitely
but
beat
it's
the
also
case.
a huge
They could've
setup.
been a 30,
If you
40
won't tell
piece.
me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or gang members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is gang activity. He's always gonna talk about him and his doing his thing. They might consider that gang activity. He might be like, yo, me and my it's like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh, no, you talking about a gang. So,
And perhaps most interestingly of all, one of the conditions that he really fought for was to be able to work with the man that everyone had previously labeled a snitch in Gunna.
As well as Mr. Sergio
I think that
Kitchens. He's a
shit
phenomenal
cook.
artist.
Ain't no damn way.
Performer known as Gunna, Gunna.
This was a shock to the vast majority of fans, because after Gunna took an Alford plea, which basically meant that he had to admit to why
Then that
made
nigga
the gang.
snitched.
His former protege
That
had been
is a
outcast by
snitch.
most of hip-hop, and the video of him
This
snitching
nigga
was captured
snitched.
in Ultra HD for the world to remember for ages.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
This wholesale rejection of Gunna
Nigga
was
snitch.
upheld by the industry, with previous collaborators such as Lil Durk and Baby going on press runs,
That's
where they
crazy.
let it be known that the rapper was no longer someone they would collaborate with.
If you a rat, you a rat. And if you rewind this clip a little bit, I looked to the camera and I told you, if you a rat, I fucking hate you. Cause I'm a thug.
You believe that Gunna told?
Man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told.
But with his appeal to the judge, it appeared that Thug wanted to make amends with YSL's biggest success story. After all, they were once closer than blood.
And so often, too, he's featured on 2 songs on So Much Fun.
It's my brother, like, he signed to me, but it's like, it's not even about a signature. This my real brother. My real little brother, I took him in. We had a big homie named True. Rest easy, True, he got killed a few years ago. I used to have a gambling problem. He was my gambling buddy. His name is True. He gambled his life away, and he brought Gunna to me like, hey, I want you to take them under your wing, and like, these my little boys. I really raised them. Take them under your wings, make sure they okay. And he ended up passing, so I just had to really, you know what I'm saying, live up to what he told me to do. But Gunna been around me 6-7 years. He had some of my old videos. Y'all won't even know it's him.
Damn.
Not $1. That's
Bring him in.
I haven't received $1 from him.
Where you at?
At the time, people speculated on what the true motivations were behind wanting to talk to Gunna, with the likes of Boosie speculating that it was purely financially driven.
And they already see Gunna was a rat when he ratted on about his cousin shit. So Thugger was like me. He thinking, man, I know this ain't like that, but this fucking rat, I'm finna get this money. Sometimes we it up like that, taking off our street shit, trying to chase that bag. And that's what he do. He knew that wasn't built like that. He knew that wasn't built like no nigga off Cleveland Avenue.
But as it turns out, Thug's real feelings about Gunna were certainly different to what he was projecting to the world. Gunna were certainly different to what he was projecting to the world.
Nigga.
Because as soon as he got out, Thug made one thing clear, and that was when it came to informants, there was a zero tolerance policy, even firing off some posts on X, which were teetering on a parole violation. Wham! Let's drop one on these rats, Peter. And now, the extent of Thug's secret campaign against Gunna has come to light through a series of leaked jail calls. In one leaked clip, Thugga admits that he consciously tried to undermine the sales of Gunna's Gift and a Curse album by releasing his own project, Business is Business, that same week.
You in the town?
Nah, I'm on the west.
Man, bro, I'm trying to drop an album the same day Gunna drop, bro. You need to, y'all sent you a song, put a verse on it.
The nigga ain't send me no song.
You think you text message?
I ain't see no song. When he supposed to drop? Man, that nigga ain't send the drop.
He dropped Friday, nigga.
He dropped Friday for sure.
Man, 100% Friday. I can hold his shit back if I want to. If my album don't be ready, I can hold it back. But Drake already sent the song called, the name of my album, I'm gonna drop my album on the same day he dropped it. It's called Business is Business.
You good though?
Most definitely.
Prior to that, he blew up his spot, revealing that he had to pay for streams to ensure that Gunna got a #1 album over the weekend with DS4.
I think the police, 12 was getting a bag for releasing this shit.
I already told him, like, whatever you want, just say it. I'm gonna give you the money, whatever you want. Just on some weak brother shit.
But they be scanning through this shit, hoping these niggas be dropping jewels.
In this world, you get no $20 million check from no label. You're not doing numbers like that. You alright, but you ain't doing that like that. You know, like the #1 album you just had right now, I paid for you to have a #1 album. You didn't. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, earn a #1 album over the weekend, my boy. I paid for that shit.
And in a moment that's going to only enhance the distrust people already feel about record sales, Thug then admitted that he considered enlisting them again, as his latest album, Business is Business, faltered.
I said nobody's ever put out 2 #1 albums from jail. Obviously, hopefully you're out by your birthday. You know what I'm saying? But if you weren't, like, that would be historic. And even if Boosie moves, we still have to deal with Morgan Law. Because he's doing 100,000 every week no matter what. Let's go.
Yeah, let's try to beat that nigga. You still got that plug, right? That shit what we did with none of them. You still got that plug?
Yeah.
Hey, all right, my boy.
Yeah, I love you. Call me now.
But when he wasn't trying to sabotage his own artist behind the scenes, every public appearance of his all went down the same lines, as he remained fixated on honor and loyalty.
I love people so much to the point where the only thing that'll make me not love you anymore or just like dislike you is like betrayal, like real life betrayal when life is dependent on it.
Is that something you felt like was happening?
Betrayal happening every day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This extended to his verse on Hellcat Kenny with Lil Uzi, where he seemed to be aiming directly at the YSL members who switched up under pressure. And as the months went on, he made everything about the code, to the point that his own fans felt it had grown tiresome. If you a rapper and you a rat, you gotta go gospel, twin. You became so lame now. Even other street-affiliated rappers felt like he was protesting too much, and were struggling to understand what was truly bothering him.
I don't understand what the issue is. I don't understand it because Gunna did not tell on anybody. Gunna didn't snitch. Now, okay, I'm going to say this again because I said it before. Okay, if everybody was waiting on a plea as a group and you taking that plea knocks down a domino effect for everybody else, then that's kind of fucked up. But that wasn't the case. Niggas before Gunna and after Gunna took pleas and nobody's calling them rats.
Yeah, but Gunna's the only one that had it on video. So that made it that much worse.
See, they did that on purpose.
No, they did it on purpose. Absolutely.
This is the dividing and conquering that they doing down there to Georgia, because I've pled guilty to 2 charges and they did not make me, like, she made him say like, oh yeah, so YSL's, you're pleading guilty and saying YSL is a gang. I would have sat back like, I already pled guilty. You doing too much now.
As for notable figures in the media, people like academics
See,
felt
like,
like at this
so
point,
they feel like they
it was
did it on
all a
purpose.
diversion on what he should be
That makes
focusing
some
on.
sense.
Somebody gotta tell Youngthugg he's the last rapper on earth who cares about snitching. Low-key half are telling, and the ones who are telling are making the best music. But Thug just couldn't get over it, with one jail call specifying where he felt the violation lay on Gunna's part.
But
It's gonna be fuck rats, nigga.
he made, which they still gotta prove the shit though, which I don't think they gonna ever be able to prove because it's just not a game. He gave the jurors the agreement that it's a gang. He said YSL is a gang, and he know people on this trial who committed crime in furtherance of the game. That means you did it. You saying. You see what I'm saying? You don't know nobody on this case. Yeah. That's a lie. That's a full-blown lie. I know individuals on this case that committed crimes in furtherance of the game. Like, you committed. Yeah. Just so you can say Slime did. Like, that's real. That's what Rico is. That's Rico. So if a nigga get found guilty on Rico, nigga, you really just you got a nigga life to him.
Away from his relentless focus on snitching, Thug was fully aware of the pressure that came with his next move. He admitted that his reputation meant there was a huge spotlight on him as he re-entered the rap scene.
What can you say about the experience of being incarcerated for 2 years?
Stuff
it was real.
didn't get worse.
Don't want to deal with it again, but definitely it was real.
Were there moments if you wondered if you would ever get out?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Do you think about? Are you thinking about yourself, your family, your career? Like, where does the mind go?
Family, kids, just career was like last. That was like relevant.
Really? Because you I mentioned this before, but like you went in at the kind of at the height, the pinnacle. I could see wondering like, oh, am I gonna get that back?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get it back.
Because as an outsider, it was crazy to watch. It's like, oh my god, this guy is like at the top of the craft, and now he can't do the thing that he does.
It happens like that sometimes.
Does it happen like that?
I said sometimes.
Sometimes.
Despite the calm way he answered, the fact that Thug had been largely silent, outside of a couple of guest spots on Chance the Rapper's Starline and Lil Baby's Wham, left many people questioning whether his career was in jeopardy, especially since one moment he declared himself the last real G left in the game, only to suggest in the next breath that he might be done with street rap altogether.
Does it make you think twice about rapping about true stuff?
Yeah, because just like the impact that you got on the community, the youth, and not because of like the law. It's more so just like realistically, like kids actually listen to us. Like, all right, we gotta like dumb it down. So I listen to like new rappers now, and I'm like, my kid can't listen to that. That's great.
Really?
But whatever he had planned, it now appears that it's all coming crashing down around him, following speculation that he's in cahoots with the law, making everything he's said or done in the past year seem suspect to say the least. This new storm for Thug first began with the leak of an interrogation tape. In it, he appeared to agree to give up information, so long as the officers assured him it would never make its way to the public.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Promises. Make promises. Just keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. What you tell the world. What you want? Yes, you can.
I don't want to get done.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't sometimes you...
As the video hit the internet, the likes of Charleston White were savoring every moment.
Shout out to YFN Lucy. You the man, boy. You and your crew the man. Hey, listen, I'm from Slaughter Youngthugg. I got the Anton Daniels tonight. I got Big Bank Saturday. I got Say Cheese TV tomorrow. I'm finna go on a run with this real. Thanks for that alley hoop, Thug. Thanks for that alley hoop, yo. I'm finna go on a run.
What y'all thinking, man? It's getting crazy out here. Did she ever get him the number? I told the BBL bandit.
Right now, say TCB.
I told y'all the BBL bandit, you getting piped out. How you think you getting
as he
info?
suggested that he actually had predicted it.
Piped out viciously.
If they keep
Straight
Youngthugg
back
ass
shots,
locked up
nigga.
6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. They keep him 6 more months locked up in them conditions like that there, he'll tell to get out of jail too. He about ready to break. I told y'all.
As if that wasn't enough, the tape also led to accusations of him incriminating Pee Wee Roscoe. For those who don't know, Roscoe had been tied to Youngthugg for years as part of the YSL circle. He wasn't just an associate. He was considered one of Thugg's close guys and was heavily involved in street-level moves for YSL. This came after the notorious bus shooting, which Weezy narrowly avoided being hit by. A situation where it was alleged that Thugg had sent the threat across before it all went down.
Yeah, YSL. Carter 6 coming out Friday, first show. New Orleans, Holly Grove. Nigga, beat me down, baby. Beat me down, you did. With them suit. Yeah.
And in that leaked tape, we all heard him talk about Roscoe's role as though he didn't have a care in the world.
This fucking Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. This nigga was in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the f? That was so weird. This nigga down shot at this nigga 2 us. Honestly, I don't know who the f they said Roscoe, but I don't wanna block out y'all case by saying Roscoe didn't do that. And knowing Roscoe, that man, scrub, that fool. Like, you shot at somebody, bro. But I don't know, cause every day
it's crazy, nigga.
I honestly don't know.
It's safe to say that this shocked everyone, with Thugg immediately trying to get ahead of the narrative as he took to X to write, "They didn't play my interrogation video in court because I helped my brother. #ratware. Even Pee Wee himself tried to take the heat off Thugg.
Politics, man, clean as Listerine, man, clean as ivory soap, you feel what I'm saying? I done the time, I did that. I done the time, I did that. That's what you supposed to do. When you go in interrogation room, that's what you do. He told you, man, we sell the Wayne Carter weed. What's wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? No, a statement is this right here. Line up selective. That's him. He did that. He didn't do that. He did what a taxpaying citizen do. A real street nigga. Kept it solid. Kept it overly real. You feel what I'm saying? Really tried to pull me out the hole. So shit, I don't know, you feel what I'm saying now? When it come to the PR now, y'all don't remember when I was locked up. Now let me just show you how the PRs and the internet selective politics. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real. When I was locked up and Jeff was locked up, we went viral. When they was like, that's the type of friend you want. He was like, man, Roscoe ain't told y'all a damn thing.
But in that moment, something irreversible had changed. Suddenly, Thugg went from being seen as solid as they come to just another rapper whose supposed courage in the face of a hefty sentence was nothing more than an illusion. Now, the likes of YSL Mondo wouldn't accept his attempts to douse the flames at all.
A nigga just beat him a Rico. Nigga come home, still talking about, oh, nigga ratted, nigga a rat, nigga da-da-da. Bro, that's God. That ain't nothing but God biting you back in your ass, bro. Cause you probably been thankful that you just beat a life sentence in a Rico and came home and minded your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now look, he came back and bought you ass, but that ain't the key. The thing is, too, though, he brainwashed people. He still got focus on this bitch talking about, and y'all heard what y'all on here. Motherfuckers talking about AI, they did that and the third. And, oh, he ain't rat on nobody. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about a nigga like Gunner Radis from saying, yes, ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a nigga a rat by saying shit? They said Roscoe shot the bus up. And then a nigga like Roscoe did 10 years behind this shit, and you just got on the internet talking about a nigga didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass so brainwashed, it's sickening. Y'all niggas need daddy figures, and y'all niggas be sitting back waiting on something good, waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around, maybe a nigga put me on, maybe a nigga, I can get something out of a nigga or something did that in life. It's so gay and weird to me, but y'all be on my ass about being a real nigga. Rich, I'm not studying the internet, but I'm just letting y'all know how brainwashed and weird the world and the internet is, y'all.
And by the sounds of it, Mondo was holding the boss to the same standard that they once did to Gunna.
Boy, you didn't supposed to do that, my brother. Even though I didn't be talking about everybody who got common sense, everybody who's been in the streets. No, you did not. But you don't do no like that, my brother. Your gonna get dropped, brother. You know that, bro. What the
his attempts to shut it down before it could really grow, it's fair to say that Thug is not being cut the slack that he hoped for.
You ain't that. And he right. Now, I'm not going to say he ain't that, but I know the dude. I got some respect for the dude, so I just won't disrespect his name. Now, Gunna, I'll call him a rat. Thug, I'll tell you what he did in the interrogation room is against the rules. He shouldn't have did it. He said too much, did too much. There's no explanation for that. He's dead wrong.
Yeah, he
now,
overly
even some
talk.
of his biggest supporters and fan pages are looking to write him off once and for all. It's tough to say this, but Youngthugg can no longer be my goat with the allegations coming out. With respect for the seriousness of the situation, I'm stepping back. But as bad as this was, it somehow got worse. Because it would be one thing if he was fighting on one front. Instead, the continued emergence of leaked jail calls are damning in a whole lot of ways. For anyone who's an avid hip-hop fan, these make for a fascinating listen, as you get to hear your favorite rappers when they think their guard is down. Among the most interesting conversations came when 21 Savage attempted to come to Gunna's defense and said that Thug could change the narrative in an instant if he wanted to.
I swear to God, I was thinking about doing it for, but I'm like, shit, what the hell, that's gonna change? Because I feel like it's really over with for your rap career. The album you put out might go number one, but that's it. After, you know, like on some real spit now.
You got to hold his career in your hand, bro. That's what I'm telling you. If you come out right now and tell the world what he did went wrong, because them folks already on the internet like, man, God, that we rocking with them. Ever since he dropped that song, they like, man, we rocking with him. If you come out and tell the world that you was in agreement with that shit, his career ain't over. That's right there, right?
I understand that part, but now think about niggas like you, Wham, Dirt, Pluto, niggas who I really who like my brothers who already done like cut ties. Imagine that y'all nigga already done cut ties with a nigga, and then I come and be on the nigga side after they did what wrong. They can cause you. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm slapping y'all.
No, it ain't. Niggas need to stop jumping the gun. Niggas be like, I don't know, bro.
How you call that jumping the gun, though?
But instead, Thug revealed that his former artist stopped contacting his former boss or his legal team once he was freed.
Right. Do it right, my nigga. I feel like he the type of nigga, he know I ain't really cool with him, nigga. So he the type of nigga, he one of them niggas who probably, he gonna answer the phone, so y'all gonna hit him with that one, and then he gonna never answer the phone no more. He one of them type nigga. Cause he done did little shit like try to go talk to Brian. He told Brian, man, I'm gonna come in here and write a statement. I don't know what the hell I was tripping, somebody tricked me, woo. Then every time it be time to do it, he don't never answer the phone no more. You know what I'm saying? Brian like, goddamn, he on God. Yeah, call Brian. Man, how long you been waiting on him? Since he took the plea. Brian been trying to talk to him, just be going on. Do an interview with him, just in case you do want to get on the stand or something. Brian did an interview with you. Like, man, nigga, start answering the phone when it's time to link up.
Aside from the alleged snitching, there was also run-of-the-mill disloyalty on his part too. For one thing, he laughed off Gunna's diss towards Lil Baby, particularly because they involved a nod to Pierre P. Thomas of Quality Control.
I don't know, bro. Like,
yeah, that was gonna be like, you pushed up on me knowing you was busy with her. This a jazz mother.
Oh, God. Well, he ain't lying, though.
Instantly, this stuck out to some people. He laughed real hard about Lil Baby behind the scenes while saying whatever Wham says goes on the internet. Rollo was right about this man. That's some foul shit, man. As they touched on, Thug's issues led to bigger problems for hip-hop at large. Because with everything that's emerged, he seems to run the risk of starting another civil war in the city of Atlanta. In light of everything that has happened, Rollo has claimed that this was purposeful on his part, with Thugger striving to dive and conquer both the streets and the rap game.
Who the started all this bullshit in Atlanta? Whoever started all this sad shit in the game, period. One, the first thing Thug did was try to turn Birdman against Lil Wayne. Tried to take his album name, tried to motherfucker, that shit lame. Then he tell on the nigga that's supposed to handle the business.
And according to him, everything Thug has done over the years to sow division in Atlanta was elaborately planned and happened time and time again.
All he ever did was do lame shit. The whole shit is about this nigga doing lame shit. Then he turned on Rich Homie, tried to turn the whole world against Rich Homie, and then at the same time, before this man died, he told us out his own mouth that it was one of the darkest times in his life. Then he turned around and took the whole world against Wild Fin Lucci. Whole world. Everybody go against Lucci. Everybody go against what's that now? Yeah, he tried to turn everybody against Lucci. Now this, all these three things is 100%. Everybody can go back and look at this. This ain't from Rollo. Then he turned around, he was beefing with Future, calling my phone. Future, Carla Future, like going back and forth on the internet. Boom! Then he turn around, he see Gunna surpassing every nigga in the industry. Now he calls to the street, turn everybody in the world against Gunna.
And in the wake of the call leaking, it appears Rollo has a case. At times, he can be heard throwing blatant shots at other ATL icons like the Migos.
The people always getting behind your label because of Wham. They not behind your label because of the Migos. Them nigga in the red. Them nigga ain't making no money, huh?
Even his longtime producer Weezy got caught in the crossfire.
You just can't be serious to like try to paint this out to be that. That's crazy. The people that's like it's going over their head, they done linked him. Like everybody else. Elliot, Weezy.
Yeah. Doesn't go over here. He go damn rich. My nigga stupid.
As well as the YSL leader making claims that Gucci Mane had lost his edge after he departed from prison.
P signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Mane. When Gucci Mane found out that shit, he dropped the nigga. Cause P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends though. How's that?
Yeah. Go out, end up going to jail. I gave him turned soul. Start with him.
Away from the revelations provided by the jail calls, the war between Rollo and Thugger has raged on, with each man calling one another snitches and refusing to give an inch. Much like Thug, Rollo has had to face allegations that he snitched head on, maintaining that any paperwork he had was from a prosecutor misconduct hearing rather than a trial. Thug was among those who weren't trying to hear his explanation, and now he's getting his payback by citing Thug's own paper trail and leaked calls. Well, I lied to the feds for real, and you still called Lil Baby and told him to cut me off, so now you're gonna have to go through what me and Gunna went through. We are waiting on that gospel album too. Alongside claims that Thug gave information on a murder charge, Rollo did not accept the YSL boss's attempts to say that his brother Unfunk wasn't an informant for taking an Alfred plea, the very same reasons that Gunna was labeled a rat. My brother would have rode the whole trip out, but when them guys took pleas, I told my brother to take it too. He had just did 12 years and I ain't want to put my mama through that again. He told his brother to do what Gunna did, but it's a problem when Gunna did it. Cooked his career when all he had to do was drop a good song. Through it all, Thug has insisted he was on the level. Stop trying to make me one of those boys. Death before dishonor. This way, kids. But at every turn, there's a new controversy lurking around the corner. Among the many accusations he made about his fellow Atlantans on the call, Thug labeled QC's P a rat.
He did the same thing P did, stood up in court. Man, that was Wham. Man, Wham, that was your ever kid too, rocking with them rat. Man, you be preaching about that shit too, man. You can't do that, man. That's a fact, bro. You get wrong about that anyway. Nigga a rat, bro. I understand all that help put you on. Listen, man. That nigga is a rat. I don't give what help. That nigga give me $1 million. Man, you a rat. Whatever you talking about. You got somebody to take the chain gang. Imagine telling on the nigga and the nigga still beat the Kato.
This isn't exactly a new accusation. In documents that were unearthed by YouTuber 1090 Jake, it was revealed that P, the architect behind one of ATL's most influential hip-hop institutions, had cooperated with the cops, but he always strenuously denied this. Anybody know me know my character, he said in a statement at the time. Our culture is so f***ed up. It's sad y'all living in this imaginary street dream. I'm changing lives and changing my family curse. I got no love for those who try to kill me or mine. I ain't in the streets, I never wanted to be. I played the hand I was dealt and made something out of it. Y'all bums should do the same. Stop glorifying dumb shit. For a long time, this has essentially all blown over. But as news broke that Thug was still talking about it, the issue prompted another venomous response from Rollo. The only thing worse than a person that's going against family is a snake that's trying to divide the family so they can be the mob boss. Good music don't make you no made man. And soon, P weighed in too, sounding off on Thug. Imagine some broke-ass rats like Thugger and Pee-wee Ratsko trying to run a rat narrative on me. They know they talking about me. The sum total of everything that's happened is that Youngthugg has gone from having all the momentum in the world to now seeing his reputation be picked apart for the world to see. In the wake of hearing the news, Joe Budden argued that every move he's made since being released has been inherently wrong.
I'd like to focus on a different S word other than snitch. Stock. As it relates to Youngthugg, and it has plummeted. It is plummeted. Y'all can keep having y'all who rat and who didn't rat conversations. The Youngthugg stock, hey, Atlanta, I'm not even talking about Atlanta business. He could probably still sell out State Farm every night of the week. Outside of Atlanta, he is putting on a master class in how to take a good brand and totally f*** it up.
And these days, it's hard to argue with him. As for Gunna, it's clear that he's flourishing without him, rendering the need for his support support redundant.
Family means everything to me because it starts with family, like before friends, you know what I'm saying? Before the neighborhood, before the world, you know what I mean? So like.
Plus, that's before he had his own snitching allegations to contend with, as the heat is continually applied to him. Thug seemed to agree with those who thought he should focus on the art, cryptically declaring, "Let this music talk, Spider." But ultimately, it might be a little too late for that, because in the view of people such as King Yella, fans have to hold them to the same standard as the other artists that they're less invested in.
Hey, this rap shit is funny to me. Y'all pick and choose who y'all want to say a rap, hey, listen, just because a nigga make good music, man, don't justify.
King Yella, you was talking, you was killing shit when they picked your ass up out the
Snakes
damn
and rats are in the same
to
group
put
with the
you in
animal
cuffs.
kingdom, the scum of the jungles. No honor amongst snakes and rats. Don't try to switch to a spider. No, your snake skin already exposed. Elsewhere, Sauce has argued that all the chattering online was to uphold an image that he doesn't believe to be authentic.
As tall as we ball, but point blank period. What I was getting is that a lot of people get on this internet to be supporting these lame ass niggas that portray this mysterious ass persona on the internet and be doing all of this weird, standing weird and doing all this, being all secretive and you know, y'all know what I'm talking about without me saying the wrong thing to get me in trouble. But you know what I'm saying? But then y'all see certain people like myself or other artists that's out there just being ourselves. When you really a gangster and you really a tough nigga, you not trying to act tough. When you really come from the struggle and you really come from poverty, you really come from these type of things and you've been through these situations, you got real criminal record, criminal background, you've been in multiple interrogations and things of that nature. You're not on the internet and in this rap industry trying to perceive on this internet to be a gangster until it's brought to you. You know, all that old mysterious we found, because guess what? We found, because guess what you hide in the dark shall come to light.
It got so bad that we reached a point where even 6ix9ine is trying to exert the moral high ground over Thug.
And I'm gonna leave this shit real clear. Me, I do not give a I don't care. I don't give a Since I came home, y'all know it. I wear my shit. I wore my shit from day one. Yeah, I did it, and what? I'm outside. Y'all know I'm outside. Outside.
Man, shut the fuck up, 6ix9ine. You played out your goofy ass.
This wasn't my man's, nigga. Y'all know they wasn't my man's. That's what hurt y'all. Like, damn, like, he's right. Oh, he's right. I hate this. Yeah. He's telling on their friends. Niggas even ask him. Niggas said, take my number. Here's my number. Call me, but don't tell nobody about my number. What?
But it's not just the likes of Tekashi who lost faith in Thug. Even in
You
his own
number one
dedicated
informant, your
subreddit,
goofy
his fans
ass.
are coming to terms with the fact that things have gone beyond the pale. This was genuinely the worst case scenario for Thug other than losing the trial. Bro was supposed to come out like Gucci. You hate to see it. And to make matters worse, the memes have started coming in thick and fast too. With everything blowing up in his face, Thug must be doing the utmost to find out where all this information is coming from. But he's not the only one. Upon doing some investigation, academics believe Thug's former signee might be behind the leaks.
I'm almost certain Gunna's team is leaking into his fan pages. I'm almost certain, okay? I know they're not going to agree to it, right? But I'm almost certain that Gunna's lawyers pulled, because yes, when you're in the case, you don't have to go through a Freedom of Information Act or anything like this, and some of these things would even be available, or it could be challenged if you try to do a FOIA. But it appears all of these things may have been gotten from maybe somebody who was in the case that would request them, and it could have been something for the nature of an appeal or something like that. So the courts.
Bruh, this shit getting wild in a bitch.
Another likely
And you know,
scenario
Sauce used
is
to
that
have beef
DA
with
Fannie
Thug
Willis
off
is sowing
the
further
back
seeds
crip,
of discontent between them to prove that these are not meant to be idolized, but frauds who aren't who they're purported to be. Either way, things are going from bad to worse for Thug, and those who crave the drama in hip-hop are braced for more. Thug said Gunna was on calls crying to women saying he misses them so much, he gotta find a way to come home to them, and ignored Thug when Thug reached out. Fanny, I need them calls. Ain't no saints in this. They all did bad. Gunna's calls probably hilarious too. All the while, the civil war that Thug's calls have created rages on, with Lil Baby and P of Quality Control unfollowing each other on IG. Before the CEO then decided to troll Thugger even further on IG by cementing his status as an informant. New documentary coming soon. The rat that just keep telling. at YSL at Thug, executively produced by me. Ultimately, the source of the leaks might remain unknown. But if their goal was to orchestrate a smear campaign and cast doubt on Thug's character, then they'll be thrilled by the results. Now, the scheduled rollout of Thug's fourth major label project, Scuddy, is turning to damage control rather than the victory lap that it should have been shaping up as. If Thug doesn't manage to make the right amends and play this expertly, then he could go from a hollowed superstar to a has-been in the space of just a few months. And if you told me a year ago that would be the case, I don't think me or anyone else would have believed it was possible for Thug to fall so fast, and without any room for him to claw back from his previous position as a beloved and influential star.
Style starts with...
Shout out to Trap Logic. Rappers react to Youngthugg interrogation. Boy, this getting thicker than oatmeal, bitch. This shit.
These are rappers' reactions to Youngthugg snitching.
I'ma leave you and your driver right in the middle of the street. And then I'ma go straight down.
Rollo goofy ass couldn't wait to say some shit, though. That nigga wait.
And brag about how I smoked your stupid ass self-defense.
But you is a snitch too.
What
and
a goofball
I'm
ass.
mad about it. Cause I've been knowing this the whole time. And I didn't even say nothing.
Bro, you don't think I love Young Thug's music?
Nah, not like I love it. I like it a lot.
No, he hasn't even released new shit, you know what I mean? But, and I just feel, man, he's a rat with a chest, bro.
Back in 2022,
That's
Thug was
crazy.
arrested after his record label was tied to a bunch of charges
That's
related to
wild.
dangerous activity and managed to walk
And then
away
gonna get
after
stabbed in the
taking
back
a
of his
plea
neck again.
after 2 years
Playing
behind
goofy
bars.
shit.
But what really got people to turn their backs on Thug was that a bunch of the conversations he had on the inside got leaked, including an interrogation where he name-dropped a bunch of people who were supposedly tied to a hit against a couple of Lil Wayne tour buses back in 2015.
Promises. I mean, promises. Just keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever think you want to know anything, tell me. I'll tell you anything. But don't tell the world.
As soon as word got out on this, everybody in the industry labeled him as a snitch. And a lot of past beefs with other rappers who now think Youngthugg screwed them over in one way or another. Like Rollo, who was one of Youngthugg's biggest ops while growing up, since they were both from opposite sides of Atlanta. However, they still dropped a few songs together after they got into the industry. And Rollo even went on to talk about him during an interview with DJ Small Eyes, saying how he went against people for saying that Youngthugg was a punk, since he was a real one to him.
The thing about it, bro, what trips me out the most is like, I be with Thug, and they be telling me all the time, I used to hear this gay, Thug gay, Thug gay. One thing about my mother, brother Thug, ain't gay about him. You smell me? Like, don't even know, like, I thought it was a lot before I started kicking with him like I kick with him. He never charged me for no features. We doing videos. Next week we doing a video.
But things quickly changed after the snitching allegations came through, and Rollo took to his Twitter to let everybody know that he protected Thug when the feds were looking for any evidence, only for Thug to cut him off from the label. And Thug tried to clap back with a tweet saying, "See, the difference between me and you is one of your friends didn't lie. You said that somebody actually did something that they was arrested for. Me, I made an honest mistake saying that we sold Lil Wayne weed." Rollo then posted a couple of IG reels while going back and forth with Thug to clown him for everything he said, like telling people he would create a GoFundMe for Pee Wee Roscoe since he wouldn't be getting any more money for covering for Thug.
It's a sad day in Atlanta right now. We have an old homeless dude by the name of Roscoe who has lost his Section 8 apartment due to the fact he was found guilty of crime in the first degree. I no longer think that his sugar daddies will support his living arrangements due to the fact that the Department of Labor have cut off his unemployment check. And he lost his disability benefits. And he do not qualify for any Social Security benefits because riding is not a real job in the state of Georgia.
And it didn't end there, because he went live with Wack 100, 6ix9ine, and DJ Academics to speak on the matter and go off on Thug for ratting his homies.
It went from a snake to a spider. Now he's a rat. Like, you know what I mean? Because you can't just think like,
hell no, bitch, y'all goofy.
Snake to a tarantula. Now you a rodent.
That's your rodent. The three avatars, bitch.
But now, let's let's move on to another rapper who had a lot to say about Thug's situation because Sauce Walker had been beefing with him for trying to exploit the Texas rap scene in the early days. The two even had a heated encounter after a concert in Houston back in 2014. In fact, Sauce even went off on Thug for wanting to weigh in on beef between Texas rappers Maxo Cream and Rizzo, since that wasn't his turf.
Youngthugg, you boy. Now, didn't I give you a perfectly clear opportunity to join in the rumbles of thugs in the jungle if you want to fight and have something to say about Texas business? Why you don't want to come and punch? You think that you have
really spin that shit real talk though.
It's some street that is going on in Houston, Texas. Please stay in Georgia, because you are more than welcome to come out here and get a part of this country that you're not going to do. I will beat up you or your security guard, Youngthugg.
And he also tried to expose Thug for being broke after losing everything because of legal troubles.
I ain't seen Youngthugg in a Rolls Royce truck. I ain't seen him in a dub like me and Lucci. Where your Maybach mother like me and Lucci is done around the city. You don't even do that. What happened to that house you had? They had the living room with the pool in the living room. What happened to that? Oh, I remember. I seen that post the shade room and bought it like, nah, that's made.
After the allegations popped up, Sauce took it as an excuse to send jabs at Thug, calling him out on Twitter for being two-faced, saying, in the streets, a snake is a scavenger, just like a rat. If the streets was a jungle, the snakes prey on the weak and the people closest to them whose guards are down. Double cross, triple cross, no backbone, no loyalty, no principles is the point of the analogy. And he made another tweet about the situation as well, saying, these that y'all was idolizing and high-side me over? LOL. Y'all seen the signs years ago and ignored it. Who's lame now? TSF stood tall in courtroom. Not one snitch in splat business. Pound free Senchi, pound free Sosa Man. He finished things off with an IG reel to try to get Thug to take accountability for snitching instead of trying to play it cool and going against everyone.
The word of today is accountability now. Black folk, rappers, all you good street that's been hating and holding your nuts on the other side for this long. Hey man, don't be quiet now. Everybody got their hands behind their back. Look here. Well, one thing we all know is about the word reservation for those who trying to make the excuses of, oh, but this ain't do this and this ain't lead to that and that wasn't that. Even though this is that and did lead to that and that was definitely that. But when you make a reservation at a restaurant, you make a reservation for a car, you plan to do something, you plan to come back and you plan to show up, and you don't want those people that you made the reservation to feel bad and not trust your word. So if you making a reservation to tell, after you already did some telling, you booked the date to tell furthermore at a concert, y'all can't do that now, don't do that.
Around the same time, rapper and comedian Lil Woody also had a couple of words in the paper because he had a huge part in the YSL Rico trial. Some saying that he was one of the reasons Thug managed to walk away. So Woody stepped forward to call him out for being a snitch, and he even said that he knew about it the whole time.
I love you. Nothing won't stop me from loving you, but what you do from this point forward, you knew not to come on this internet. You knew not to let get on the internet and do what he did. You let Pee-wee do that. You let Pee-wee do that, and Pee-wee got you into all this stuff. Pee-wee got on the internet, calling people rats. Pee-wee got on the internet, saying all he said. Now guess what? He made people mad. People when they dig up the videos. Now people don't dig up the videos.
You're hilarious,
you are what you are, buddy. You are official on the Woody and Charleston White team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm okay with being a snitch. Because I know what I did. I know what I've been through. But you is a snitch too, nigga. And I ain't happy about it. I'm mad about it. Because I've been knowing this the whole time. And I didn't even say nothing. I sat right here and still let the blame be on me. Because the love I had for you.
But he really broke down when he talked about one of his homies getting dropped in the war between YSL and Lucci, all while he was locked up for taking the blame for Thug, which is what really got him to turn on him and try to expose everything he's done.
His name is Kenneth Lamar Hurst. His name is Kenny Boo. Kenny Boo ain't never hurt nobody. Kenny Boo ain't never took that from nobody. Kenny Boo ain't never condoned none of the violence that took place. He ain't never. Type your These niggas on the internet, and they be trying to be gangster. They be trying to be tough. These didn't fight that war with me. These didn't fight that war with me. Somebody go get hurt. Somebody go get hurt.
Nigga, you snitched the whole beginning of the war.
They hurt my people. They hurt my people. They took his life. I was in the feds fighting a gun charge. Because I won't say nothing. Because that same ATF agent who Thug was talking to, I told her, Thug ain't did nothing. And she said, I'm going to put federal charges on you. That lady went to put federal charges on me. And while I was in the Fed fighting the case, him, who don't never mess with nobody, they went over there and took his life. They went over there and took his life. And all these years, I had to hold this in. All these years. Y'all think I owe these something? Y'all think I'm scared of somebody? I ain't scared of nobody.
Something else that got leaked during Youngthugg's scandal was a bunch of phone calls he had with his people while he was locked up. With one of them being of him talking bad about Lil Baby, but still rocking with QCP and his label after taking a stand in court.
He did the same thing P did.
A lot of this shit happens, you know, we can't stop it. This shit happens. Sometimes a lot we choose and first in.
I understand all that. Help put you on. Listen, man, a rat, I don't know what help. Give me $1 million. Man, you're a rat. Whatever you talking about. You got somebody to take the chain game. Imagine telling them and still beat the Kato.
So Lil Baby decided to shut down Thug right after the snitching rumors started to come out, since he completely cut ties with Thug and is allegedly refusing to answer any of his calls. And since Thug felt that Baby wasn't rocking with him anymore, he then tried to make things right with Lil Baby with a tweet that was only up for 3 minutes before being deleted, where he said, "Well, what's understood ain't got to ever be explained. I'm with you forever." QCP didn't stay quiet during all this though, and immediately humiliated Thug by briefly changing his profile pic to something diabolical. He also spoke on the matter on a couple of IG stories where he called Thug and Pee Wee Roscoe rats for trying to screw him over in the past. Because P said, imagine some broke rats like Thug and Pee Wee Roscoe trying to run a rat narrative on me. And all that I love running with these, knowing how these talk about me. I'm gonna say this for the last time. I'm not no street. I'm a tax-paying citizen. He also made another post saying, and by the way, I ain't never been in no courtroom. Oh no, sat in an interrogation room running names. And I don't speak on the dead, so I don't care enough to explain the situation. Y'all boys the police. Kendrick Lamar also ended up humiliating Youngthugg because one of the calls that got leaked from his time behind bars was of him being salty for Kendrick turning down his request to get a feature for him for his upcoming album. Maybe since he knew Thug rocked with Drake, or had an idea that Thug was snitching. But if that wasn't enough already, Kendrick ended up speaking on Drake and Thug and all the other Atlanta rappers during a verse of Not Like Us, talking about the Atlanta scene, like how Thug made you feel like you were slime in your head. And even those who are closest to him are going against him, like Gunna. Because as soon as Thug walked away from jail, the first thing he tweeted was a jab at Gunna, where he said, "Gunna, stop talking like we friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy." The tweet didn't stay up for long, but it was enough to cause some problems. So Gunna responded back to Thug on his song Prototype and dissed him saying, "Dude that tweeted my name must have had to be a typo. Pray the cash could recycle." Another one of Young Thug's close homies that turned on him after the allegations saw the light of day was YSL Mondo, who came forward on an IG Live to tell everybody how Thug is, in fact, a snitch, and how he's been brainwashing Roscoe to always vouch for him.
I just beat a motherfucking Rico. Come home, still talking about the rat. Bro, that's God. That ain't nothing but God biting you back in your ass, bro. Cause you supposed to been thankful that you just beat a life sentence in a Rico and came home and minded your business and been humble. But instead, you still coming out pushing the rat narrative, bro, and all that, this, that, and the third. Now look, he came back and brought you in that. But that ain't the key. The thing is, too, though, he brainwashed people. He still got motherfuckers on it talking about, and they'll heard it with y'all own ears. You got somebody AI, and did that and the third, and he ain't rat on nobody. Bro, if you sit down with 12 and bust out and say these words, if y'all talking about like Gunna ratted from saying yes, ma'am, you mean to tell me this not making a rat by saying they said Roscoe shot the bus up, and then a nigga like Roscoe did 10 years behind this, and you just got on the internet talking about didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass brainwash is sickening.
Y'all niggas need daddy figures, and y'all be sitting back waiting on something good, waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around. Maybe put me on. Maybe I can get something out of it or something.
He not putting no nigga on.
It's weird to me, but y'all be coming on my. Y'all be on my end.
If you ain't close knit.
And of course, Charleston White had something to say about the whole situation, humiliating Thug in a series of videos where he made fun of everything he's ever done and called him out for snitching. Starting off with him reacting to the interrogation video, since he would be using it as material for his upcoming gigs.
Thanks for that alley-oop. I'm finna go on a run. Say, I'm coming down court behind the back. I'm finna go on a run, baby. Say, listen, I prophesied this. Right now, say TCV is looking at all these old videos. I told y'all Youngthugg was gonna tell it. I told y'all. I'm always willing to bet with any rapper. If they keep Youngthugg locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. They keep him 6 more months locked up in them conditions like that down, he'll tell to get out of jail too. He about ready to break. I told y'all, I am the new prophet.
He then went on to say that this was only the beginning of the end for Thug, since he was way too proud of snitching to walk away free.
See, everybody humbled in that situation. Everybody humbled. Everything came out that situation except Thug walks with humility, homie. Even Woody. Every homie except Thug. Thug come home with the pride. Mama said that the Bible said that God says that pride comes before destruction, before fall. He came home prideful, and we're watching him being destructed, and he's falling from his own pride.
And he only went even harder during his interview with Say Cheese a couple of days later, where we talked about everyone who got hurt.
I think, nigga, getting out of jail
to help a person
is the best version he could have done. Like, nigga, I take whatever. Nigga, we out of jail, bitch.
Question when you don't even know what they're gonna ask. How can you help? We don't talk to the
all
police.
All the snitching shit is crazy.
And it still got 10 years. So how did you help him? He still done time for the shooting, and you helped convict him by saying, I gave him the gun. How did you help him? All Gunna said was, Yana, hey Gunna, is y'all the game? Yeah, man. Yeah, man, we the game. Oh, he lying, we ain't no game. That's all the boy said. Say, y'all the game? Yeah, man. You sure? Yeah, man. Y'all not no record label. No, we not. That's what I was game when I joined y'all. You say, man.
Even humiliated Youngthugg by saying that he ratted so hard because he's always looked like a rat himself.
Go back to look at them old pictures. Thug was, man, that ugly, slimy, black, ashy, dry skin like, the teeth was horrible, that nose was black. That had gravel mouth.
That's crazy.
You know, that people like finesse 2 times.
That's crazy.
Worse. But Thug had rotten teeth though. His shit was black up under there from them cavities because he never went to the dentist. This is a real project, baby. Neglected. You know, that's why he come outside acting how he acting. That's how they became how they became.
But Drake's Toronto Rapper Top 5 said it best during a call with academics, where he put Youngthugg on blast for being a snitch and a rat with a dress.
A lot of snitches in the game.
What snitches you talking about? I don't know no snitches. I don't real.
Bro, Youngthugg's not a snitch?
Nah, he made an honest mistake.
We're at 8,500 already. It's an honest mistake. You can't go. You're being biased, bro.
Hold on. No, you're right. I'm being biased, but the music's too fire for me to. The music fire, man.
Bro, you don't think I love Youngthugg's music?
Nah, not like I love it. I like his music a lot.
No, he hasn't even released new shit, you know what I mean? But, and I just feel, man, he's a rat with a dress, bro.
No. He's the king of Atlanta.
He had a 2-hour interview with a boy them. Listen, stop. 2 hours,
Yak Gotti also spoke on the situation because Youngthugg labeled Yak a rat. But Yak addressed it saying this during his interview with DJ Vlad.
Is that Youngthugg dropped a snippet from a song and he mentioned you in it. You heard this. He said, Yak Gotti tricked me for some years. I didn't know he was telling.
I tricked who?
He said, Yak Gotti, this is Youngthugg rap. He said, Yak Gotti tricked me for some years. I ain't know he was telling.
Who I told on?
Then he also said in that same verse, he said, only reason
I'm just thinking, man.
It was because of truth.
2 hours of information is insane.
We got to address it. Like, we're going to call
like, what is trying to talk about to the police? Not a damn
paperwork
thing.
or who did a date or some time for got it.
But I feel like he was switching these niggas, getting niggas off the
what I did and nobody else ain't
confusing these motherfuckers. I don't know.
Take it all the way to the end.
Alright then.
So at the end of the day, it's your voice versus your
lawyer actually made a statement about this. You know, Doug.
Crazy.
He said Yak did not say a single thing about Jeff in his interviews with the cops. I don't know where this is coming from. Yak had the opportunity to turn on Youngthugg during the trial to get out of the case easy. He never took it. He stood tall and took it all the way to the jury.
Tight. But at the same time, I ain't got nothing to turn on because I ain't did.
And speaking of crazy rapper moments, Kevin Gates landed himself in jail after kicking one of his fans in the chest during one of his concerts. And Skinny from the 9 almost knocked out a fan for calling him a snitch. So click this video to see times rappers attacked disrespectful fans.
Alright, we back. So as you can see from Chirp, bro, it's really getting down. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, bro, we are all people, grown people who, well, you know, it's a lot of kids on this bitch 3. We are all people who, no matter how old you are, been through a situation where somebody like, he snitched on me, or he tattletale on me, or you some type of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't, hey, it is what it is. You live around some real motherfuckers. Because at the end, they niggas snitching on everybody these days, niggas. But like I said, man, you know, it's all about how we live our life, man. Because there's a lot of people, man, who been in a situation, man, who getting a 40 piece for something they didn't even do, but they just want to snitch. But it's some motherfuckers who living scot-free, who did something, but actually snitched on a nigga who really didn't do nothing, but he just was like, probably just didn't want to snitch either. But like I said, man, you know, these crimes, man, it's getting crazy, you know what I'm saying? We fighting for freedom, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's freedom. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit, you gotta understand, the government make up rules every day to help them benefit some shit that is illegal. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta remember and stay woke that they want us out anyway. So they gonna try to do anything and everything to get us all fucked over. It don't matter who it is. But we out this bitch hood and outside, big crip and gang outside shit.
Hey, Datt, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.